What up, what up, what up? Alright, so as the title says, guys, we're gonna dive into theater mode a little bit. Now, this is like one of the most useful tools that we have, like, just free to use to our expense, to no expense, sorry, to absolutely no expense, right here. Look at this. Alright, so there's like one or two clips maybe that I can pull out of this last match that I played just a minute ago. So we're gonna jump into it and mess around a little bit in theater mode. I'm going to show you exactly how I like to get my clips for YouTube. First off, this is like super overexposed. It's so bright, we can't really see anything. I gotta turn my brightness down here. There we go, that's a little better. I'm gonna go to first person right away so I can kind of keep track of where in the match I was. Here, we'll just watch from here. Hey, let me know in the chat if the sound mix is good right now between game audio and my voice. If my voice is too loud, I feel like it might be a little bit. If the game audio is too low. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Now, I'm actually doing this on Xbox Series S, so I got the 4K 120 frames. It's not enabled at the moment just because we're doing this through a stream. But basically, I have the option to use the Xbox controller, which you can also do on PC or any other basically console where you can have a keyboard and mouse and a controller plugged in. This makes it a lot easier for me in theater mode. But we're gonna skip ahead actually. I can't quite remember. I think it's over here. This might be the play. Let's check it out. Grapple. I'm just joking, that was terrible. Okay, yeah, so I think that was the play. We're gonna watch that again in 75%. So on controller, if you go down to your D-pad, which is basically the arrow pad, not your joystick, and you press down or up, you can actually change the speed of your video that you're watching in replay. So if I go to the main hub here, or where you can see everything, see all the options, when I press down, it goes down to 50% there. This is 75. That's what we're gonna watch in a sec. If we go up here, you got 1. That's like full speed. Awesome. Thanks for the input. So we're gonna watch this at 75%. Okay, so now we're going to go into free drone mode. This is where we get to have a lot of fun. Now, as you can tell right away, it's weird. Things are kind of out of focus. Things are overexposed. Overexposed meaning that it's too bright. It's really too bright to retain any of the highlight, the details in the highlights, so it's not going to make for a very pleasing image. Well, this is because free drone doesn't actually, you're not attached to your character at all. You can completely go all the way up and just go all the way across the map and do something completely different away from your character. This basically just allows you a lot more freedom and flexibility when you're trying to choose your shots that you're getting, which is pretty cool. So right away, I'm going to slow down. On my controller, on the Xbox controller, when I press X, that allows me to slow down the camera. So I can have really smooth cinematic shots. Whereas if I'm going to like button mash B here, you can see it's speeding up the drone speed here, _1. I can go all the way up to ×4. Which is just like super fast. Kind of unnecessary. But we're going to go into the menu. And we're going to kind of mess around with our camera settings. So the exposure right here, as I was mentioning, if something is overexposed, then it's going to be too bright. And if something's underexposed, then it's going to be too dark. And what you got to do is find a perfect balance between exposure. So we want to make sure that we can see the sky, but that the shadows aren't too dark. That's basically the key. And you might have to change this per shot that you're taking to include to your clips. Whether you're making like a machinima or you're making just cinematic gameplay, kind of like the style that I do. Also, you have to keep in mind any post-processing that you're going to be doing to the clips too. I like to edit my clips using Final Cut Pro X on a Mac system. So I always take color grading and keep that in mind too, whereas I can overexpose a little bit because I know that I'm going to bring up the contrast a little bit. Can we play? You know, I'm not actually playing this morning. I'm just kind of covering some theater mode basics, but sometime for sure. And you know what? I'm kind of locked out of my Discord at the moment. I'm going through it right now with Discord support, so hopefully I can get back in there and I can get that like it's only been like 2 days. But I play very often with the subscribers in the Discord community as well. So, but yeah, just hit me up, Atlas the Axo. Okay, so right now it's on autofocus, and that's pretty sweet, especially if you're a beginner, because basically if you go to free drone, you unlock the kind of settings that you would have in an actual camera, like your f-stop, you control your aperture, your focal distance, as well as like your exposure. So right now, I'm not even going to pay attention to me as a character. I'm going to kind of start this off with the narrative as the other characters already fighting. So we're going to go over here and see what they're up to before I got there, basically. Let's see. So I'm going to make this into a short for sure. This is definitely probably like my next short or 2 or 3 shorts. And I'm probably going to start it off with these guys fighting. I'm going to slow it down to 75%. It looks a little bit glitchy. That could just be because they're not like my main character. Like my main character is kind of like pretty far out of render distance still, so it could be it. So what I got to do now though, which you guys aren't going to be able to see, is that in OBS, I'm going to stop the dual recording that I do with the streams. And now I'm going to change my output recording quality. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it to Apple ProRes so that I can have like, it's going to be a bigger file size, but it's going to allow me to have better quality and more color information and everything. Better compression, so. And now we're going to start taking shot for shot. Now I'm pretty sure the Booga is an actual player, and this other one is a bot, from what I remember. Oh, we lost you. Okay, So let's go back. I'm going to cut that. Remix ends in 9 days. I know, that's crazy. But then we're going back to another OG season. Like, what do we think about that? That's kind of weird, isn't it? Do you guys, are you, okay, like, we know we love the nostalgia of OG, right? But is it getting stretched out kind of thin, man? Like, is it getting kind of dry? I was also excited about having new stuff in the game, too. Okay, we're going to start taking a shot. You know what? This is kind of dark. It looks a little bit underexposed now at the moment. So I'm actually going to go ahead and brighten it up a tiny bit. Now, there's another really cool setting that a lot of people don't know about in theater mode, or they just don't bother to like explore a little bit. And that is, you can actually pause the time of day. So we can actually pick what time of day we want this to be to provide the best lighting, the best color, or the mood, anything like that. We can put it at nighttime. We can put it like broad daylight. We gotta find, man, that's super bright. I'm gonna have to bring down the exposure a little bit so I can see what I'm dealing with. This might be too broad daylight. Don't like the shark this season? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna, you know what? It's 9:30. We'll just keep it at that. Pause time of day. Hmm. I don't mind the directional light. That's fine. Now again, I want to be able to see inside the shadowed areas, but I don't want it to be overexposed so much at to where the point where I can't see the color in the sky. So that difference right there between the darkest area and the lightest area in your frame is referred to as the dynamic range in your image. Okay, so let's go. Let's see what these guys have to offer us. You know what? Oh yeah, right there. I'm gonna put that cinder block in the foreground because that's gonna create like way more mood, and it's gonna really emphasize the movement in my camera movement. Here we go. Oh, okay. So that's where Booga gets sniped. So I'm gonna have to make sure that my camera's positioned here by the time that snipe comes. Let's try again. Okay, Booga. Perfect. Okay, cut. That was a good take. Now, I think we might need one more shot with Booga before we move on. Okay, there I am, right there. Hello. Okay, so maybe we'll take a couple takes like this. Okay, so I'll start a new clip here. Okay, I'll just maybe do a continuous roll. Okay, so you get shot right there. So we'll roll that back, and we'll play it in full speed. You didn't grow up with Snoop Dogg and Eminem? Well, you know what? I didn't either. Like, when I grew up, they were already, like, kind of old. Like, I mean, Eminem was still pretty fire. But, and still, like, growing, I guess, when I was growing up. But, yeah, Snoop Dogg? He's OG, bro. He's been around. He's friends with Martha Stewart. That's crazy. Guess it makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna slowly, like, move inwards. There we go. Cool. Okay, cut. Cut that. Now what I want to do is play that back one more time, but this time I'm really gonna slow everything down. So I'll have a lot more impact with the video if I don't really exist in the edit until that snipe happens. So almost like it's just totally unexpected. But we're going to take some of these shots like this as a formality. Okay, here we go. I wonder if I can do a vertigo shot. Vertigo shot is when you have to like zoom in and move your body at the same time. Or like zoom in and track out, or track in and zoom out at the same time. Hey Pixel Plays, what's good? Pixel, are you in the Discord by any chance? Okay, I'm gonna bring up the exposure a little bit. It's a little bit too dark on my character. So the more I zoom in, the blurrier the background gets. And what that's called is depth of field. And what determines your depth of field is your aperture. Your aperture is associated with your f-stop, or your f number. So where you can access that is right here, aperture. Now, the lower the number is the greater the aperture, and that allows for a greater depth of field, which means there's going to be a higher separation from your subject that you're shooting and your background, which makes it look super cinematic, really cool, like it's from a movie. Now, the thing is, if you go too shallow, then it gets kind of weird. It's, in my opinion, there can be too shallow. And then if you go greater, or a shallower depth of field, or a less shallow depth of field, sorry, the background becomes in focus at the same time as your foreground. So I found 2.8 to be like kind of like a sweet spot. 2's not bad though either. So I'm just gonna let this roll out with this depth of field here for this shot. Okay, we're gonna stop there. No, I'm gonna have to change this exposure. Zooming out, it's much too bright again. So we're gonna go back to Booga dying, but now we're gonna go from the perspective of this player who survives for a few more seconds. Okay, wait. This is where Booga dies. All right. You were supposed to be getting a Fortnite game and it kicked you out of the system. I'm not actually sure what that. You're in the Discord? Okay, sweet. Yo, Pixel Plays. Can you let everybody know that I'm actually locked out of the Discord at the moment? So unfortunately, well, I don't know. Fortunately, whatever. I got a new phone. It's a sweet phone, but I'm locked out of the Discord because it keeps trying to send my dual authentication pushes and everything to my old device, which is broken. I can't access it. So I'm kind of back and forth with support at Discord right now. So if you can just let the fam know that to behave. Just behave. And Papa Axel will be back soon. That's the message to Discord. I can access the Discord voice channel and game channel through my Xbox. It's still linked, which I'm actually using as proof to try to get back in. So we'll see what's up there. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna get one more angle of this player getting totally murked, and then we'll film my angles. Okay. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up a loop. Setting up a loop is something I love. I absolutely love to do for my shorts. And if you've seen some of my shorts, I think you know what I'm talking about. If you've watched them on repeat, or at least more than once, you'll see how some of my shorts loop into itself, kind of creating this infinite loop. And it's just so satisfying to watch that it kind of makes you want to watch it again just to see the loop. So what we're going to do is we're going to plan the beginning of the video based off of the end of the video. So we know that Booga and this dude are fighting right here, but that this player ends up dying right here at the end of the match. So what I want to do is watch from here. I am recording right now. And I want to pick a good end frame where this person gets eliminated. Right there, maybe. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to backtrack to the beginning of the fight. I'm going to reverse just a little bit. And now I'm going to hit play. And what I'm going to do is when I edit this together. Nice. Thanks, dude. Thanks for sending the message to the Discord family. Much appreciated, bro. So now I'm going to push forward a little bit. And when I edit this together with the last clip of me running out of frame, I'll be able to make it look like I run out of frame. And then I pan up. Okay, that was a little too soon. So we'll have to redo it. But what I'll have to do actually is I'll have to let it play through. Let's pick a spot where we want to see them battling. I guess right there is where they were battling. Let's go back a little bit and take another look. So this would be the beginning of the video right here with these guys battling, Booga jumping over him. Now let's fast forward it to the end. Let's see where this character dies within this frame. Okay, right there. So we got to keep in mind that for YouTube Shorts, it doesn't take the full frame. It just takes the center part. So we got to frame up for that. So I'm going to go back just a little bit to get this last player getting eliminated for the end of the video. And now what I'm going to do is as soon as Axel runs out of the frame. Okay, so I got it. So I got a plan now. So as soon as Axel runs out of the frame, I'm going to push forward to where they were fighting originally. Okay, so this will be near the end of the video. Hopefully the last shot. Now I'm going to pause it. I'm going to backtrack to the beginning of the fight. And that'll be the beginning of the video. There we go. Okay, so now we have the intro and outro to the video, which creates a loop. It's that simple. Well, I mean, sometimes it's tricky. It takes a little bit of practice. So now we want to have a scary couple of shots of Axel sneaking up on these guys. We want Axel to look menacing. I highly recommend switching to keyboard and mouse. Dude, I absolutely loved keyboard and mouse. Like, I was a controller player, dude, for so many years. And I gotta admit, I was getting pretty cracked, but I feel like I hit a plateau on controller. I definitely won't. Don't worry, dude. In fact, I want to put out more tutorial-based stuff. Considering I am a professional video producer in real life, and that I'm a cinematographer as well, I feel like I have a lot of information to offer this community. So let me know in the comments and drop a like if you think that you want to see more content specifically like this. So I'm trying to keep a smooth camera movement. Okay, here we go. This is the Axel reveal from this character's perspective. Okay. Take another angle from here. Cool. Good night. Have a good night, Pixel Plays. Thanks for joining the chat, and thanks for letting everyone in the Discord know what's going on. Okay, so now we're going to try to follow my character a little more closely. I kind of want to start off with a shoe shot, because, like, let's be real. And you know what? I have Jordans in real life that are kind of like similar like that, too. So, now we are recording. I want to get the right shot. Right shot. There we go. Okay. That's cool. We're going to try one more time. I'm going to have it a little more centered. You got to remember that YouTube Shorts crops in the center. It's a vertical crop, guys. So since I'm going to be outputting in 4K, instead of being 3840 by 2160, it's going to be 2160 by 3840. So when you pull this into an editing software, you got to make sure that you set up a custom canvas with a vertical aspect ratio like that. Okay, guys? Okay, here we go. Okay, that was a little too fast. Oh, I already shot, so I'm going to have to back up a tiny bit. But now I know where my frame is, so I just gotta maintain that frame. There we go, still here. Okay, that's good enough. Now let's do kind of like an arcing shot to do a face reveal. Ooh, too fast. To do a face reveal. Not my real face. We gotta get 1,000,000 subs for that. Okay, here we go. No, it's too fast. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's go. All right. Now we definitely got to get an axis sliding shot because it's almost like an iconic shot where the axle comes sliding in. So that's what we're gonna do next. I'm gonna have to bring down my exposure a little bit though because I'm widening the shot. The aperture is 2.8. It's actually letting in more light than it needs to because again they actually base this off of real camera mechanics. That's why you can figure out how to use this system really efficiently. And that's why you can make it look so cinematic, which has contributed to a lot of my success on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to 75% speed. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a trick. It's a cinematography trick, and it's not even so much a trick as it is like a psychological, subconscious thing. And that is that when you are watching a shot, it is more aesthetically pleasing to move from the left to the right. I'm not sure why. It's the same way that we read a book. You know, it's just our brain just computes that way for some reason. So I'm going to take a shot moving in both directions just to see what it looks like in post. That doesn't mean it's illegal to use a shot moving from left to right. But just keep in mind that there's something in the human brain that loves it moving in this direction. I'm going to retake that shot a little bit. I'm going to punch forward and slow down my camera. Didn't have too much control that time. You know what? Everyone thinks I'm a crack sniper too. Maybe this helps contribute to a little bit of your controller use. And for this time I'm going to try to... It's going to be kind of tricky, but I'm going to try. Okay, wait. I got an idea now. One more shot I think is all I need to end this, and then I'll have all the footage I need for this short. And it's this shot right here. You know what, that's kind of dark. Alright, I think we're good. I'm gonna cut there. Alright, we're still going. Now, I don't really remember what the last... I think I won this match, but I don't think I really did anything. Oh, so since we're using free drone, even though the zone is moved and my character has moved, I'm stranded in the middle of nowhere. I gotta find out where stuff's going on. There I am. Hello. Alright, let's see what I was up to. I'm shooting at somebody. So maybe we can check that snipe out. Maybe we'll get a secondary clip out of this. So I'm gonna go back to free drone. We're gonna check this guy out. This guy and his bot. Let's see. Let's try that again. I'm gonna hold one static shot, like one static wide shot of this whole thing. That's static, basically just meaning that it's gonna stay completely still. I'm not gonna move the camera angle at all. I'm just gonna let the whole scene kind of play out in one frame in one shot. That was awesome because it literally looked like they took a shot at me and I ducked it, and then I took a shot at them and murked them. So we're gonna take a look at this. We're recording again. I'm gonna get a shot of the perpetrator here taking their shot. Okay, shot fired. Where is it? Did it already... How fast is that thing? There it goes. It just whizzed right past my head. That's crazy. Okay. That was like potential haircut. So we're going to backtrack that and see if we can film that. That goes real quick, but I think we got it. Okay, that was awesome. What we're going to do now is just get like the opposite perspective. I'm going to do a 180 degree around Axel, so we can see just how close that shot was to missing, and that'll really help build like suspense and hype around the video. So we can definitely just make like a separate short here entirely for YouTube Shorts. And all it really takes is one sweet elimination with style or with a sweet gun or like a trick shot, a snipe, something. And then having some sort of something to bring to the table in terms of the edit. I'm not even going to get into posting and the algorithm. That's a whole other topic. You can leave a comment down below if you guys would be interested in a segment or a stream where we cover stuff about that. Just let me know. Make sure to drop a like as well if you're stopping by the stream, guys. It helps out big time. Okay, he's about to miss the shot. Yo, we gotta back that up again. That was even really fast. I'm at 50%. Nice. Okay. So, one thing. sorry. One thing that I do want to do is kind of get a zoom or a vertigo shot here of me aiming down sight. It's really menacing, it's creepy, especially when you see like the light of a sniper on the distance. But to be able to zoom into that and to see like a happy little Axo is just amazing. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to try a couple traveling shots where we're kind of emulating a bullet. It doesn't mean we need to literally be the bullet or shot during the bullet, but just emphasizing that. Oh, jeez. That was quick. Okay, let's go back a little bit more. Here's that speed and the distance that has to be covered in order for this shot to work. Okay, now, gotta get a shot of the shoes through the grate, because, let's be honest. And if we want, we can do a really wide shot, but I don't know if we'll even be able to see it. Let's take a look just to see what it looks like from a wide. No, not worth it. One thing that we can do that I always kind of like to do for fun if I can when I'm recording something where it's just me and one other single opponent is do the perspective of the other player. So we're going to go back to gameplay. So it's our POV or our point of view. And now I'm going to toggle to the left. So now I'm on the character that I'm about to eliminate. And I can still toggle the speed, but I don't have any extra camera settings other than that. And if this character is to leave render distance of my character, I lose the ability to preview their camera in this way. Okay, so let's see at full speed what this experience was like for this guy. Bro's not even like paying attention, bro. Okay, so that's it. I think we got everything we need footage-wise. Let's go back to lobby. So, we kind of dove into theater mode. I was able to pull 2 clips out of the last game. It was a win. Actually, you know what? No, let's go back and film one more thing. I just remembered. That game was a win, except it's the second win this season so far. where I literally did nothing and won. So I'm curious to see what happens at the end of the match here. Now, I made a short, I don't know, recently that was titled, "It's Hard to Win." And it's kind of a joke because at the end of the short, you realize that I win the match just by watching the last two players eliminate each other. And that's kind of what happened in this match. So I'm actually really curious to see what exactly happened. Okay, I'm going to pause it. First of all, it's way overexposed. I'm going to go to my exposure. I'm going to bring that right down. Okay, so these two are down here fighting. There are 3 players left on the match. In the game, in the lobby. It's me and these guys. Start my recording now so we can see what's up. I'm going to go 75% speed. They literally trade. And then I'm right here. And I win the match. So yeah, maybe we should make a short about that. And it'll be funny because it'll be the second short I have this season about me literally winning doing nothing, dude. So this is going to be hilarious. It's going to take a little bit of practice. It might take a couple takes, but we'll try. I think we got that first take, guys. Yeah, we definitely got that first take. That's awesome. Thank you. I also dig the shoes, and thank you for your support. I absolutely love these shoes. I need them in real life. That's cool. Alright, so I'm going to film these guys attacking each other just so I have a little bit of an intro to this video, and there you go. Now we have 3 shorts that I've taken out of 1 win just using theater mode. It definitely helps having a controller and a keyboard and mouse plugged in, so I highly recommend you take practicing a little bit in theater mode and getting more comfortable using both inputs at the same time. This man is hiding. He wants the win so bad, but he's scared. You can tell he's a sweat because he cares way too much. He's hiding. Oh, there he is. There's the last guy. Here he comes. Maybe I can get that in like 1 shot, dude. I got an idea for the intro outro. So you know how I like to do loops. I like to do loops at the end of the video, loops right into the beginning. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to pause it here on the way back down. And we're going to go down to the beginning where this guy was hiding down here. Okay, I'm gonna go back and play one more dual elimination. So I want one shot where they're center frame and you can see them both die at the same time. This is gonna be a nice quick short. So I found that shorts that perform like very well when they're under like 30 seconds if possible. So this should be good. Boom. There you go. Okay, cut. So now we have three shorts that we've clipped out of one win, including a win for one of those shorts. So that's a W. This could be the first of many streams and content if you guys like this kind of content when it comes to more tutorial based content. I have a ton of experience and information regarding like cinematography and edits, so if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for joining the stream today. Again, to any of my members on Discord, I'm sorry about the situation. Pixel Plays may have updated you guys. Just hang tight, behave, play nice. Axo out.